knock, open up the door.
It's Will! Doctor Strange is the new installment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe starring Benedict Cumberbatch as Stephen Strange, Chiwetel Ejiofor, I hope I got his name right, as the guy who will eventually be Baron Mordo, Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One, Benedict Wong as Wong, and this is just another cool installment and kind of expands our knowledge on like the magic mystical realm of the Marvel Universe. First off, right off the bat, I just gotta say, there are really awesome visuals. I mean, you saw it was like Inception meets MC Escher painting slash like you get a kaleidoscope and like turn it around. It's like, holy crap, like some of these fight scenes are ridiculous. Like you're wondering like, like what's going on here? Like where are all these fights going on? Like how are people not noticing it? And they do explain it in the movie. I'll dive into that into spoilers later on. But it's actually a really interesting movie. We've kind of seen this movie already. Stephen Strange is kind of like a cocky, arrogant asshole. Who's that remind you of? Thor and Iron Man. And he travels the world to find some way to fix his hands because he gets in a horrible car crash. He's a neurosurgeon, so he needs to get his hands fixed because that's his money. Like that's his life. Like if he can't steadily hold like the little utensils, he can't operate on people. So he needs to dive into that. I'm pretty sure in other interpretations he might be an alcoholic or he might have been drinking and driving. But either way, he was a distracted driver. It's not a make or break thing for me. I think since now it's owned by Disney, Marvel doesn't want to have like several former alcoholic, arrogant assholes. I mean, there's only enough room for one, Tony Stark. So, Rich McAdams plays the pseudo like best friend slash sidekick. She essentially another night nurse character who apparently dated Steven at one point and is still like a good friend with him. She sticks by his side even when his hands get messed up and he's at his lowest low. And even helps him later on in the movie. She was fine. She's a lot better than Natalie Portman, thank God, because she was a terrible love interest. But Rachel McAdams does her job great and is wonderful here. We also got Mads Mikkelsen, who will be in Rogue One in a month. And I gotta say, I wish we saw a little bit more of him. Marvel keeps doing this with their villains. Like they keep like giving us like at least cool looking designs. But like, there's no like cool backstory or like no like reason like why we should like them. Like Loki's the only example I can think of. This guy, Khaleesi, I forget his name, but it's really hard. It's a hard one to pronounce. Someone's gonna be like, oh no, it's actually this way. But he could have been an interesting like cautionary tale for Strange because everybody in like the Ancient Ones like little monk monastery was comparing Stephen to him, going like, oh like he's got a thirst for knowledge. Like he could end up like Khaleesi or what, he could end up like the bad guy. I'm just gonna say that. He could have ended up like that guy. They could have shown him as a good guy back in the past or even like had like a flashback where him and Mordo were actually like bonding, the Ancient One and him like being like good friends. Something like that could have made it more interesting and then like maybe some point after that hypothetical flashback we could have like seen like what like started his downfall towards the dark side. Like that could have been interesting. He could have been a more interesting villain, but besides that, he was fine for what he did. Obviously, I gotta say there's 2 post-credit scenes. I'll talk about that in spoilers as well. But stay through the whole credits, guys. I mean, we're in phase 3 now, and I think we've been in double-digit movies right now, so it's kind of like customary to stay through these things. But yeah, this movie's pretty solid. Like I said with Thor, the mystical realm isn't necessarily like my favorite thing about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think they dumb it down a lot, which alienates the big fans of this stuff, but they get it just right and kind of like just okay for me to go like, that was alright. I gotta give this movie a 4 out of 5. Obviously go see it. I'm gonna own it on Blu-ray. It's gonna go on that stack. You know it is. So what'd you guys think? Did you like Doctor Strange? What was your favorite part? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, guys, when there's a will, there's a way.